Watch it, pal. Hey, don't mess with me. I know karate. Oh, yeah? Prove it. At the heart of Lordran is the kill. At the heart of Lordran is the kiln of the first flame, a blasted waste of ashes patrolled.
And so for today's skate challenge, It's Monday.
Making meals that could kill celebrities just to feel better about myself, and today's victim is Sabrina Carpenter. Look, I'm so I knew nothing about this woman before writing this, but apparently she's made some pretty popular music and is trending all the time, and now I know what she's allergic to. She's been everywhere this year, but there is one thing I know she can't handle, and that is apples. So for this one, I've gone full sneak mode, and I'm going to disguise a humble pink lady as a delicious bag of irresistible crisps. I know I don't know much about this whippersnapper, but I do know that young people love crisps.
So as a few of you might already be aware, I'm a big fan of this game called Elden Ring. Ladies, places have been really cute. And yes, while it has been fun for the past few years, getting chokeslammed to death by Mesmer the Impaler for the 15th time in a row, I couldn't help but look upon my 2,000 hours of gameplay and think, you know what's missing from this epic fantasy adventure? Friend slap and Fortnite. I believe that's insane. That's what's insane. But don't let appearances fool you. What Elden Ring Night Rain actually is the perfectly to facilitate e-dating on the internet. And I am making this video to explain exactly how that works. Bro doesn't have a central nervous system. Because more than your skills at dodging, navigation, or maintaining a stable frame rate, absolutely none of that is going to matter if none of the boys have actually purchased the video game. Which, as I am apparently told, is one of the requirements on the Steam store. You hate me.
I don't hate you, Max.
I am playing Night Rain by myself because you hate me. So left with no other options to play this game with the boys, I was forced to call in the girls.
Yo, what's up? Scratched my balls this morning. I'm really sad about my wife leaving me, but it's okay, because, you know, the NHL's coming back. I'll be good.
16 of the girls, actually, and all of them are virtual YouTubers, which, if you didn't know, is basically when you make a career out of pretending to be a cartoon on the internet and your primary audience is usually very lonely men. Also, if any of this seems at all unusual to you, don't worry. I don't know how this became my primary friend group either, but if I have to endure even one more second of white woman daycare, I am going to crash out and kill myself. It is unusual, and it's unusual for a reason. So with all of that qualifying information finally out of the way, let me be the first one to show you why the most important skill to enjoy Elden Ring Night Rain is the ability to speak to women. Did I also mention that this game is really fucking hard? And why this funny soul slop is the perfect place to torture random internet women to death. Also, random internet men sometimes, it's just that I have to play with a lot of women due to the formation of the psychological complex. Also, I sell energy drinks now. They are 4 cents per serving, 10% off using the link in the description. Fuel this video's insane aesthetic and titled flavors like Doggy Style and BBF. I do not know what kind of flavor Plowed and Proud is supposed to be, but I kind of want to buy it now. So before I get into the weeds of my personal experience with this game, you must first understand that Elden Ring Night Rain, Shadow of the entire Earth, because that is how nighttime works, is a game cooked up by 14 Japanese interns with a collective budget of 50 of God's own American cents and an engine that was glued together out of sandpaper and rocks. All with the singular, indescribably important goal of making the ultimate high-stakes cooperation friend slot game that is so difficult and obtuse to run by yourself that it will effectively harass the Japanese population into making friends and one day procreating. Because the existence of the term friend slop implies the existence of a friend gym. Meaning, in short, that this game only had the budget for 8 original bosses, and the entire rest of the opposing team is either directly copy and pasted slugs and old people from the previous game, which you may have heard about from the various videos of a famous YouTuber. I had no idea you could be here, dude. That's crazy. It's just like my favorite game, Elden Ring. As well as giving you the opportunity to soy face the funniest reused assets that From Software can afford that day. What summons that? I'm sorry, Wolf. I didn't know this is in the fucking game. Oh my god, I didn't know she was here. I'm coding right now. I'm actually coding. Many of which can be kind of difficult sometimes.
Oh no!
Sir, it is such an honor to meet you. I've always wanted to second repair you. So on a very basic level, this game is actually 5 different games inside of a trench coat, and there is no underlying reason for any of this to exist at all. Just like there is no reason to continue being friends with this many mentally ill women.
Sorry about that. I got excited.
And yet, just like the experience of life itself, Night Rain will continue to throw random bullshit at you until you die a very bad, not good, extremely painful, cock-twisting, and bone-exploding death. That killed me instantly! And if you are experiencing all of this for the first time because you love watching the insane YouTuber you are siphoning money off of with your progressively obsessive reaction content with a very sexy voice, and also you wish he was your boyfriend and you need to message him if that is the case, I have a plan to combine our income streams. There is no need to worry, because this game is going to be moving so breakneck fast that you are going to be having as little time to actually observe anything as anyone that has actually played it. Holy shit, there are so many particle effects in this goddamn game. I can't even see the fucking inside now. What is she doing? Well, you see, the single most valuable resource in Night Rain is always going to be your time, which, as you may know from experience, is a very easy resource for streamers to waste.
I made my screen zoom in so much, I don't know what I did.
This is due to the persistent influence of a continually shrinking storm that takes a great deal of navigation and precise movement to successfully evade. I literally see on the map as you like turn around back and forth over and over again, just like. You know what's crazy? Alicia pinned the direction to go, and she still went the opposite way. I saw you pin that, and then I saw you turn a full 180. Watch the ravine. Don't fall into the Minecraft ravine. Stay out of the Minecraft ravine. So yes, while this certainly is not the first game where you have to navigate a demented and hostile world filled with demonic children, while the concept of weather slowly restricts you until you have to fight a disabled Albanian orphan for the victory royale, but this one is somehow even more schizophrenic.
Extra creamy, atât de fină, atât de cremoasă.
Schizophrenic. Each game of Elden Ring Night Rain consists of 2 days and 3 nights, with each day giving you about 15 minutes to accomplish a 16-minute gauntlet before eventually closing in on you and forcing you to defeat whatever the developers felt like that day. Back away, back away, back away, back away, back away, back away, back away.
Nope. Real men don't back off.
All for the opportunity to take on and eventually overcome one of the many Night Lords, which you really want to be ready for because the next attempt is going to take you 1/60th of an entire work week, so do not fuck this up for me. How you isn't this fun? To the main avenue of gameplay being to identify a location, run past every single enemy directly into the boss because he's the only one that actually drops loot, then wonder why the boss is really difficult, why you are still level 2, and why everything in the game seems to instantly kill you. Oh, Jesus. I hate it so goddamn much. Because this game is not about if you can kill somebody, but how much time you are potentially wasting by not killing them extremely fast. Okay, gang, come on, fucking ass. Because yes, while you can kill a boss at lower levels, the real challenge is having the wisdom and patience to not even begin to try. But no, we're not fighting that, we're not fighting that, we're not fighting that, we're not fighting that.
Who did?
Wait.
I want to fight it.
She's cracked.
Please, let's try it once. Let's try it once.
So when your teammates start fighting off significantly more than they can shoot from a boss that was never meant to be killed by humans, if you need me, I'm gonna be in the basement fight really quick. No, never mind, no, I'm not. You are going to have to revive them, which is primarily done by beating the shit out of your down teammates with hammers and actually whipping them so fiercely and so intensely that they will become more afraid of your physical abuse than the enemy that they are actually supposed to be fighting. I don't think that I have to whip you guys to get you back up. The whips and chains are a vital part of Elden Ring's boss design, okay? And for those of us who don't have the power to beat off their friends, that is okay. Verbal abuse will also get the job done just as well. Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! This leads me to the point that proper communication and teamwork in Night Raid is always going to be more important than any concept of personal skill, which is something that you tend to learn really well after being tied to two very heavy anchors, and realizing with an uncomfortable clarity that you have to negotiate with those anchors in order to drag them kicking and screaming to victory. Which is why when the castle happens to spawn the gigantic artillery trolls, we respectfully communicate to the VTubers that they are no longer allowed to go there at night.
This place about to...
Ow. Yes. Play with it. While simultaneously allowing you to pretend that you are better than them when you are very much not, and proceed to get infuriated when they point out that my routes always seem to end with them randomly dying because it would make very good content for my upcoming video. I'm sorry, that was like a really hype moment. I did that for work farming, but like I can't win actually. I've been fucking with you this whole time. Essentially leading to a situation in which the developers have declared war on any form of skill expression that does not require a sextant and does not consist of the map being out for half of the entire playthrough. Which makes routing all the more frustrating when the game decides that the entirety of Day 2 is going to be spent getting a completely useless ability that you absolutely do not need by running through the evil-ass radiation woods filled with massive Peruvian bull ants and the semen shrimp. What the fuck am I writing in my script? Only to discover that the power that we receive from this is identical to a bonus that I can already swap in before the game even begins. Somebody please tell the VTubers to stop going here. That's right, because as part of that aforementioned routing, Night Raid features all of its challenges on a robust pseudo-random map that seems to have a very patchy approach to the concepts of quality and balance. Just like my videos, all the way down to the location of churches, dungeons, or the presence of an entire night city, made up of many different routes to a fantastic and beautifully designed dungeon complete with merchants, environmental hazards, bosses, weapon cloning, and the ability to fight Marble God, while other maps contain daring dives to the bottom of a treacherous magma chasm, where the most perilous of falls are merely moments away.
Bad guy!
Followed naturally by the completely undesigned mountain for some reason that is comprised entirely of incidental Yeti encounters and the dragon that makes you cold. What the fuck is going on up there? No. Run away now. We're not killing this guy. Run away now. No. So anyways, I tried to run away from him and it didn't work out. No, wait, no. No, it's another one. Second ice dragons hit the fucking earth streets on the TV. Not to be confused with the other dragon that makes you cold, because this one currently lacks his HVAC certification.
Well, I'd say that went well. That was a good team building exercise.
All for the privilege of reaching the peak and claiming powerful prize, which allows you to more easily defeat the dragon that you have already killed. He keeps doing that! He keeps... And providing an extremely strong frost buff for my pure holy damage build, because this Night Lord is fucking immune to frost damage. But listen to me, okay? If quality was always related to being entertaining, then my entire channel would not exist. So what's actually special about Evil Ass Murder is not the obtuse layout, disappointing bosses, or even the frame rate, but the group therapy session that it required in order for us to finally bond as a family.
Just trying to climb Mount Everest. There's like one of the many families that like their bodies are still there, and it's just like, well, we had fun.
I am never going back to the mountains ever again, dude. Holy shit.
It's so fun.
You thought you didn't enjoy our time.
I'm sorry, I'm moving to vacation for you.
So if there's anything that I learned from playing this with an unhealthy amount of streamers that keep forgetting what is in the game. Oh my god, it's just like Fortnite. It is that these bitches really like to go to the casino. Like, my standard way of slipping into their DMs is talking about fucking Musume Pretty Gurky. I really like Ketis on Black. Comment on this video if you're a member of the Black community. And this game, much like a casino or Uma Musume Pretty Derby, is designed specifically to fuck you over and ruin your entire run in unrelated but completely random ways, while making sure to provide you a variety of strategies to hopefully pretend that you are actually influencing the outcome. Stop blaming me for warning all the katanas as the big bird, okay? We just had bad church spawns.
You'll be fine. Trust. Ouch.
The first method of influencing the outcome being our choice between a roster of 8 unique characters, which is the choice that massively increases the randomness of the game by significantly narrowing down our list of desired outcomes and focusing our efforts on depriving each other of our own class's desired weapons. I'm really sorry, Keith, this bow has like a I really need that 17% less likely to be targeted, with each class having a specific weapon and ability preference that necessitates the reenactment of the triangle trade every single time a weapon is dropped. When you open your inventory to look at it, is it yellow? That is a legendary greatsword. I am the class that uses greatswords.
You enjoyed that, huh?
And for the most straightforward experience, whenever there is an archer on your team, simply keep every single bow in your inventory and then claim that you need their passives in order for your build to work. He is going to believe you, because this is the kind of game that doesn't like to explain what stats every person has, doesn't like to explain what stats each weapon has, doesn't like to explain what custom movesets each character has, does not explain how the magic damage of a magic greatsword scales to how strong you are, and definitely does not like to explain how you are supposed to build anything or anyone. Are you using your level 1 weapon, Sunny? Sunny, we're going to fight Nameless King. Fortunately for the VTubers, though, most of the classes are pretty self-explanatory. Like the guy with a bow, the guy with a landmine strapped to his chest, as well as the guy with a highly disruptive rock.
Okay.
Every time he summons that rock, screams like Skylar just misplaced the money he had stored and he is currently having issues locating it. And also, a hawk too. While some other classes are either extremely difficult to execute, provide negative synergy, or are complete nightmares to actually build and play, such as in the case of this stupid little bitch, who is a faith-based summoner class in a game where absolutely no melee weapons actually scale with that, because I strongly believe that this game is bullshit, and spends about half of the entire game waiting for her summons to actually attack the enemy. Oh my god, this motherfucker killed Sans! Go, my stupid son! Alright, you might say. That's fine. I will simply bypass this by speccing into faith-scaling incantations. What a fantastic idea. 2 problems with that, though. 1, this class straight up cannot regenerate mana and is therefore in a state of perpetual drug debt with the local Merchants Guild.
Giving our kid sister cocaine? I love it.
And 2, it is fucking impossible to get even a single decent talisman drop even once. Meaning the optimal playstyle on Revenant is to literally upgrade your starting weapon by going cave diving into Devil's Ass Crack, then spend the rest of the entire game rolling for a talisman by running between a series of miniature casinos, each complete with their very own Indian burial grounds, turning me into a literal beggar who will go around asking people for spare change and diverting the entire team's route through the map so I can continually gamble more. I really hope you didn't have anywhere that you needed to be today.
Mother, I will kill him.
Because God forbid if you also happen to have a recluse on your team, then first of all you're going to instantly die to the equivalent of a small breeze because your glass is made out of dental floss. He is killing us with the equivalent of a light breeze! Holy shit, I was like really fucking angry in this clip for some reason. And second, gambling on the correct kind of spell staff is going to be the least of your team's worries now, because the gambling has become henceforth inescapable in all of the moment-to-moment gameplay. You see, Recluse has the power to create a wide selection of unique spells, all based on the last damage type that your team happened to inflict on the enemy that day. Meaning that if you wanted to study and utilize your 14 different spell combinations in order to maximize your DPS and team buffs, that is too fucking bad, as I am already playing Duchess with a holy damage dagger, and whether you like it or not, the only spells that you can now cast will also happen to buff me. Good luck being killed by the next bee sting we come across. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna be greedy as fuck. Greed is good. Greed is good. Nope. No. But for those of us who prefer a playstyle that does not depend on the damage types of my 2 pet lobotomites, now Now imagine that these two are in charge of your spells. Well, friend, the Executor may just be exactly what you are looking for, and is definitely going to be the class with the highest likelihood of disappointing you. This is the funny parry guy. The damage of, among other things, the sealing nuclear weapons holds being torn through the entire universe, and basically anything, as long as you do not make even a single mistake with a parry window that lasts for 1/10 of God's own American seconds. I'm to what? The spears that come out of the grapple? Wow, you might say. That sounds like a really powerful class to play, provided, of course, that the parry stance was definitely not an objective loss of DPS, since it would be pretty crazy if the Executor scaled primarily in the status effect stat, only for his main ability to neither do any bleed nor any poison. Because I would theoretically crash the fuck out if that was hypothetically the case. Also, you can use the power of transformation to awaken the true alpha within yourself, which is completely dog shit at doing anything remotely useful and will constantly die to a boss that is not even targeting them. Don't awaken the wolf within. Holy shit, I'm gonna die. The alpha wants his mom to pick him up from school. Now, and the VTubers get really horny around this one. Don't ask me why. My doctor says that I'm morbidly obese.
My alpha.
Shut the fuck up. Stop fucking talking like that. Basically, every single character has their own extremely particular preferences, resulting in a gameplay loop that not only has us sprinting to every single enemy that can drop a Carrion Regal Scepter while I am playing as Wilder, but also requiring a great deal of communication, as it would be a very bad situation to observe that your Raider, the strength class with a unique colossal moveset, has been graciously holding all of the team's katanas, only for you to realize that the Revenant has been using a great hammer for the past 5 minutes because they do not know the scaling, plus they just forgot how to summon. Oh my god, there's so many fucking goats beating the shit out of this guy. And the entire time, these two half-sentient vegetables are actively flirting with you so their streams can have slightly more content in them, because the best ways to get women to flirt with you is obviously under direct financial incentive.
You're a mama's boy, all you Max.
I feel like Max is scared of women. It's true. He went still. Sorry, Max, you got into a call with two VTubers. It's over.
Please don't hurt me. Alright, so assuming you have the correct weapons and the correct classes to actually use those weapons, let's imagine for a moment that you are about to fight the Dark Drift Night Lord who is weak to lightning damage. Okay, you say, as you queue into your next game and drop into a map with no lightning camps in it, so your next run is already going to go great. Fine, then, you say as you queue once more. That was just a fluke. I'll just have to run the gauntlet again, only to realize that the past 3 times I've tried to run Dark Drift Night, the second day boss was exclusively comprised of Nameless King, the lightning boss who is extremely strong against lightning. And because I am so normal about this game, I decided to consult the spreadsheets only to learn that on any given default Dark Drift run, the chances of encountering Nameless King are actually 9 in fucking 20. Why is this game like this? I can tell you the answer to that question. Hating me for generating too much revenue in sales. He's so fucking weird. My so boy is Look, I know I keep bitching about it, but I swear to God that this game genuinely has a problem with you playing it. Like the sheer prospect of actually seeing the players succeed to say fucking religious conversation. Because guess what? Just when you think that you're finally done killing that Night 2 boss, Night Raid will sometimes randomly decide that, nope. not. Actually, fuck it. Morgoth is such a generational hater that he will straight up interrupt your run whenever he damn well feels like it. Actually, fuck it again. Because that Night Lord you fought earlier who looks like a goddamn lost sperm cell has randomly decided that he is going to teleport you across the entire map. Okay, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on? And also, there's going to be a spontaneous invisible bug that will steal your levels and intentionally distract you when you are eating a sandwich.
Oh.
The literal devil is present on the map sometimes. If you approach him, he randomly selects a bunch of horrible deals that are almost never worth the asking price because, he is the devil from the Bible. Fail to approach him enough, he's going to steal a permanent portion of your soul. Fuck off, Satan! Then holds your soul for a $15,000 ransom in the middle of the Arizona desert, so I hope you have time for that. Oh god, I can't pay. Stim, you need to pay for my soul.
I feel like Max is like leading me out into the desert to like shoot me or something.
Stim, I may have made some really bad deals with the soul cartel, and I really need you to bail me out right now.
You can bail me out.
Stim, he is the literal devil from the Bible. Fighting the devil from the Bible is not an actual option, by the way. For the sake of argument, though, let's just assume somehow, some way, you managed to get past all of that and successfully survived your unsanctioned interactions with the righteous landlord putting down his entitled rentoids, acquiring your gear, leveling, clutching the final day 2 boss by yourself, times in a row. Nobody helps me around this fucking house, and finally assimilating with the strange goop. Okay, you have to become one with the goop now.
What? Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah, so you gotta you gotta assimilate with the goop. It is goop assimilation day tomorrow. Then congratulations, you just beat the absolute bare minimum. And now you have earned yourself the right to ascend in purgatory and try your hand at a single attempt to fight the real challenge of Elden Ring. Also, if you fuck this up even slightly, good luck on the 40-minute run back. Are the Night Lords, one of 8 terrifying deities from all throughout a multiverse of merciless pain who exist solely to take what you thought was a good run at maximum level with the strongest weapons in the game, and to humble your ass because you forgot to bring a poison weapon on a map with no poison in it, or decided to make a bleed build for 40 minutes on the bleeding class with the legendary upgraded bleed weapon Rivers of Blood, only to arrive at the final boss of the game, purchase your buffs, push open his door, enter the arena, and discover for the very first time that Yolster the Night Lord is apparently immune to bleeding. Also, he's opening a portal to the poison dimension now. Each Night Lord testing both your capability to discern information when placed inside of a tumbler player, as well as their mastery over their own unique aspect of Elden Ring's gameplay. This I really mastery, as you are probably going to be forced into fighting a boss with double his health, because the victory you are playing with is allergic to the concept of being alive.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I think. Yep.
Also, keep in mind that I am going to be talking about the secret hard mode versions of these bosses too, because I would quietly queue for them while the VTubers weren't looking and gleefully observed as they immediately shit themselves. Because while most VTubers are playing the game expecting the funny explosions and ice machine guns, Talano is a Night Lord who dares to ask the question of what if the boss makes you too much of Benadryl and emerges from the ominous fog to jump scare you like one. It's fine, relax, okay. Just relax. Stop. I said earlier about teamwork and communication, that teamwork is definitely more than personal skill. Well, I was actually lying to you when I said that. I was making things up and spreading misinformation on the internet. Personal skill is actually the most important thing in the entire game, and nowhere is this more evident than when this furry bastard splits into 3 different dogs, only for my teammates to sit around and screw themselves while all exclusively attack me.
They're not supposed to be. It's just my lucky day.
you know who they did choose.
Well, suck the thug.
Or just fucking arguing over aggro instead of actually splitting it.
No, you.
There are 3 wolves inside of you, and all of them are moving. But what if I told you that there was a boss who didn't attack the player? A boss that dares to ask the bold question of what if there was an enemy in the game with no actual gameplay mechanics? A boss fight that is so massive and so peaceful that it will be putting your character to sleep, whether you like it or not. Oh, sorry. I'm really taking that. I'm just really taking that. Yeah, sorry. Well, you say something along the lines of, oh god, please let me fight anything else. And honestly, at this point, I am yet to be convinced that this boss actually, knows that you were trying to fight this.
And let me know if something I like.
It's not, it's just like fucking around with you now. I just, what is fun with you guys? Relax. Thanks.
Really motivated by
It's fun. Please, God, let me squish him in a hydraulic front. But hey, Stalker is one of those bosses that you can, sort of fucking.
Oh my god, I hope they're gone first.
Because frankly, the mere expectation of my computer to be able to do that is understandably a little different. And my human brain and eyeballs are unable to process any of this anyways, so obviously my 59 is going to have some problems too.
No. Just got 5.
Like my piece and when he did that, I
Good for
Folder internet.
Okay.
Also, Darker's Knight and Hailstar are here too, but they're just really fucking cool. One of them straight up rips a hole in the universe, and the other one rips a hole in his shelf.
Oh! It's
Seriously, what the fuck is with these guys' moves? Jesus Christ, why is it like this? Okay, so maybe I've made these bosses sound pretty difficult, and to be fair, they are a little bit, but at least after fighting Dark Knight for, I don't know, fucking 10 attempts or so, I can begin to recognize how the boss works and plan accordingly using my human brain. But what, pray tell, would you do if there was a boss of Night Rain who was not like that? A boss who is so unpredictable and so chaotic in his mechanics that the only logical conclusion that you will be able to draw is that we are no longer even playing Elden Ring, we are playing against a mental breakdown, and the pleasure is all mine. What can I do here? What the fuck am I supposed to do here? There's so much shit on my fucking screen! Some fucking idea who's making this shit! That's right, motherfucker is back at it again. Night Lord number 8 is the literal devil. I forget where he's from. He's once again starting off every boss fight by offering you even more shit-ass useless deals. Except in the case of taking eventual greatness, which is significantly worse than useless, because it has your health for an entire 2 minutes, and let me tell you right now, the devil from the undisclosed location does not need more than 2 minutes to kill you.
When is my fucking eventual greatness gonna come? I really want to be great right now.
This boss is pretty hard. Not like in a, oh, this is so hard to dodge, I'm gonna uninstall this fucking game kind of way, but more like in a, I told my therapist about him and he decided to prescribe euthanasia kind of way. The devil from the Bible can summon attacks below you, summon attacks above you, summon attacks in front of you, which I somehow still get hit by, summons you several times in a row, summons the hammer in his hand directly inside of your skull bones, and does all of this all at the same time with no restrictions.
Why don't you listen to
Restrictions. You can see how this is a problem now, right? This is Toho. Like, I'm playing Toho. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god. That was so cinematic. There's no discernible attack pattern to learn. No predictable behavior. The devil from the Bible does not have attacks, and he does not have phases. He has mood swings. And frankly, I am not actually equipped to tell you what kind of mood the gigantic fucking crucifix is. But if I had to guess, I would probably say that it's referring to my imminent meeting with God. Why are there so many summons? What is what the fuck did he just do? Kill the fucking, oh my, what the fuck is this? So basically that's what happened in the video, and I liked fooling around with lots of women. Please don't actually insinuate that I'm dating any of them. These bitches are too mentally ill for me. And if you somehow like this video, please consider supporting me on my Patreon. I worked a gigantic amount of time on just this one project, and frankly, it is causing me to go insane. Just like the last two videos that also made me go insane. My ex-girlfriend broke up with me as soon as the Red Dead video was finished. As always, more insane VTuber content to come, and I hope that all of you are having a very nice night tonight, or something. Honestly, after spending enough time with you people, I have forgotten how to read my own script.
Where in the fucking is that? Where in the fucking is that?
Hey, it's Lemon. Welcome to the Backlogs. You know, we've played Dark Souls 1 quite a bit on this channel. Some might even say too much. And despite my challenge run list having a seemingly endless supply of video ideas in store for this game, it is starting to feel like too much of a good thing. At least, it was, until I realized I have some truly awful ideas left in the barrel. Ideas that should never see the light of day. Or at the very least should never be attempted by anyone with some semblance of sanity. Let me say that a bit louder. Do not attempt this run. Hear that, Dark Souls community? My videos aren't dares, they're warnings. So please stop trying to— oh my god, why? So, in the spirit of protecting the community from themselves, today we're gonna find out. Can you beat Dark Souls 1? Only indirect damage.
Oh my god.
Now then, what the heck are we talking about? Well, it's simple, really. When you play Dark Souls, you can swing a weapon. If that weapon hits an enemy, that enemy takes damage. This is what I would consider direct damage, as your button press has immediately resulted in the physical pain of another creature. However, there are several other things we can do in Dark Souls to remove enemies from the playing field. Things that, for lack of a better metaphor, keep the blood off our hands. Some of these things are pretty obvious. For example, hiring a mercenary to do our killing for us. But unlike Dark Souls 2, which has enough NPC summons to fight almost every single boss, don't ask me how I know that, Dark Souls 1 has a very limited pool of cooperative NPCs to pull from. So we're gonna have to get creative. I hope you're ready, because this was one of the strangest runs I've ever done for Dark Souls 1. But before we get too deep into the video, I have an announcement to make.
Banii, lucrezi din greu pentru ei. Dar ei lucrează pentru milioane de oameni deja lucrează la XTB, sub formă de investiții și nu contează suma de început. Alătură-te lor pentru a-ți crea propria realitate. Ei știu că independența financiară nu mai este doar un vis. E un mindset. Tu planifică-ți viitorul. Urmărește-ți visuri. Nu te opri doar la a câștiga bani. Prea controlul asupra lor. Exact așa cum vrei. Pas cu pas. Investiție cu investiție. Lucrezi din greu pentru banii tăi. Acum lasă-i să lucreze pentru tine. XTB, unde banii lucrează pentru tine.
Investițiile implică riscul de a pierde bani și ar putea să nu fie potrivite pentru tine.
Somnul dulce mult aduce. Din 15 octombrie activează cupoanele, scanează Kaufland Card și ai pijama pentru femei și bărbați la doar 39 de lei 99 și lenjerie de pat 180 pe 200 de centimetri la doar 119 lei 20. Kaufland.
Announcement to make. And no, this isn't a sponsor break. This is just Lemon. Or rather, this is. Yep, that's right. I'm a plushie now. Thanks to the good people over at Makeshift, we officially have a cuddleable lemon plushie, complete with detachable, legally distinct firebomb. Lemon for scale. This little guy is soft, patient, and more than happy to just hang out, no matter what you're doing. You can take him on car rides, enjoy the local wildlife, bake some treats for your loved ones, or just whisper secrets to trees together. I don't like the John Wick series. Oh God, help! Lemon! Lemon! He's only available for a limited time, so if you're interested, make sure you head on over to Makeshift and get him before he's gone. I'll put a link in the description and in a pinned comment, and probably advertise it a few more times on the channel, just in case you missed the announcement. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for not skipping ahead. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into it. I create a pyromancer, give him the master key, then start the run in Firelink Shrine. Because tutorial levels don't count. And after shoving some free humanity someone just left lying around into our pocket, we take the Firelink Shrine elevator down into New Londo, use the master key to open up the door to the Valley of Drakes, sneak down into Blighttown, and rest at the bonfire on the bottom floor. So far so good, and it's here that we find our first indirect form of damage, Poison Mist. The way I see it, status effects that do no damage when initially applied aren't direct damage. After all, it's not my fault the enemies choose to breathe in the fumes. It means poison and toxic are perfectly acceptable for the run, so long as it's not applied by a damage-dealing weapon. Next, we'll pop a humanity, use it to remove our teriyaki-flavored seasoning, then wander back to the Blighttown elevator until our meaty body attracts the nearby invader. Hello, Mildred. I hope you're ready. I have big plans for you. You stuck? Big plans for you. Boy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dark Souls 1 AI. Now remember, I'm not allowed to do any direct damage, so in order to defeat Mildred, she'll have to defeat herself. Unfortunately for her, wearing a bag over your face tends to make it hard to see, which is a problem when you're trying to fight on rickety platforming. And so, after several failed attempts to do literally anything, we have our first confirmed indirect kill of the run. I jam all of my souls into Vitality, since that's really the only thing that'll matter in this run, make my way into Quaylag's domain, and lo and behold, look who it is. Milfeeder Madrid, back for another... wait, no. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lemon, you picked up Poison Mist. Why aren't you using it? Easy, because Quaylag is immune to it. In fact, most bosses are, which is why we're going to need to turn to Mildred to... What the fuck is she doing? Which is why we're going to need to... This run is going to be a bad time, isn't it? Alright, Mildred finally figured out the lava. And it's right about here we notice two things. First off, Mildred does pretty decent damage. Not amazing, but still decent. And second, despite being coated head to toe in lava and consistently getting slapped around with a flame sword...
Try this.
I know it has no flavor. Why do you think I gave it to you?
Oh, cute.
You can choose to raid the caravan. You can choose to guard it.
Let me just scooch in right here. Oof. My hips are just so big. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
So as you can see,
thank God.
Could it be wrong? I have no claw. If they see this,
I've McFallen.
I most likely would have
Oh my god, I've McFallen.
Statistically.
Oh,
Statistically.
that is so sad. I've McFallen. Having a big booty is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because I'm over here like, I can't even sit properly on this shit. I look so tall. I'm like 5'6", 5'7", 5'6".
Yeah.
And I look so tall with this. This is the benefit of having a big booty. Damn, you look tall. You look tall when you sit down. Today we're going to be taking a look at Hips Don't Lie. Plus size model wants world's largest hips. Hips Don't Lie. Really? I'll test that out. This better be true. Hips, give me Bill Gates' credit card number and the 3-digit code on the back. Yeah. Oh, and the expiration date. For research purposes, obviously. Oh my god, she almost takes up the entire screen. You know how impressive that is to have a booty that wide that it takes up the full camera lens? Like, I would try so hard. Damn, not till I have a tiny booty. She takes up the entire screen. And I'm over here, not even half. What about the other half? And plus, look at how short I look compared to when I had the giant. There's a lot of benefits in having insurance.
Well, I have injection components. This is all real.
I don't think anyone thought that those were injections.
Plus size model Bobby Joe Wesley has a dream to have the world's largest hips.
My hips were 93 inches last time I got measured. It was 93. My thighs were, I think it was 68. And my calves were like 37 inches.
Every time I do one of these videos, they're always introduced as plus size models. How is everyone a model?
This model is watching what she eats. But so are fans.
To start fetish modeling for a website. Every time I look at a plus size person, most of the time they happen to be a model. Like, since when did everyone on earth become a model. You know what? This is my fault. You're done being useless.
What the
Get
fuck?
out there and make some money. It's so ugly.
Wait, ew. Why is it so small though?
This is another benefit of having a big movie. Small movies get no love, and I feel so bad. When was the last time you ever saw a video about a small movie? I mean, look at this shit. Even dinosaur movies get more attention than small movies. Small movies don't last. Movies last. Movies need more love and attention.
That was how many?
No, they don't.
70,000.
She celebrates her famous curves. Bobby Joe does have worries about the effect her size has on her
Do you
health.
think so? She can even climb the stairs.
I lay down at night. I'm thinking because I do have asthma as well. So I'm thinking, okay, is this going to be my last breath?
I don't think we needed like a close shot of her ass almost bumping into the camera here. Like,
I don't really eat a lot. It may look like I do,
what
but I don't. But to some people's eyes, it probably do for my size, but I don't eat a lot. There's times where I'll eat once a day.
Oh.
So, I love salad, obviously. I could eat this all day.
Sometimes she only eats once a day and she's 500 pounds? How is that possible? If she's eating one meal a day, that meal must be the size of my fucking... Someone can be 500 pounds and only eating one meal a day. Yes, I understand that some people have a hard time losing weight, but you cannot be 500 pounds while you eat a meal a day. This has to be her meal if she's able to eat 500 pounds and only eat once a day.
Maybe it's because of the thyroid. Like, I'm the biggest one in my family. If the doctor told me I had to split or I was gonna die,
Oh my God. I like to start off with a small salad, and obviously you need a small bowl, and oh, my bad, this is the wrong bowl. There we go. So as I said, we get a small bowl because we don't want those calories, right? So let's get our orange dressing here, and let's start making our salad. So the other day I was at the supermarket and I was buying like a bunch of groceries, but this guy was being so rude to me, like, hey, hello, I'm here, I exist. Why are you like, I'm this human being that doesn't exist, and I'm like, I'm not a monster, I'm a human.
What's gonna go?
Leave me alone. Like, I'm just in my grocery shop, and call out the grocery shop, and you think me that,
Look at those books here.
that's a liar, Jason.
Hey!
Like, I think you're using a little too much dressing.
No, not me.
Let me just add a little bit of more dressing and I think.
I'll handle you then.
There we go. Usually it's just finish this entire bottle, but I'm not gonna do that today because we're cutting back on calories. Dieting. I know, oh my god. So I like to put ruin the diet here, so.
Blackburn.
I am trying to cut it. Perfect.
What?
I'm gonna tell
There we go. My salad is done. French dressing with the tiny leaf of lettuce in there.
Try to lose some weight, yes, because I'm not.
This is why you.
I'm trying to live a long life.
You should have dumped half of that bottle of orangutan in that salad. I'm pretty sure her doctors have told her that she needs to lose weight, otherwise she's gonna die. What do you mean? If doctors told me that I'm gonna die if I don't lose weight, I would definitely try to lose weight. At 500 pounds, which doctor doesn't practically tell you every time that you need to lose weight or you're gonna die? The only thing left at this point is the doctor sending you those pigeons with messages. You know how back in 1730s, people used to use pigeons with their messages, and they used to use those instead of emails? Like, that's the only way left for this doctor to tell you.
Wait, whenever you hear those.
Oh, my meal is here. Wait, who's it from? My doctor.
Second try?
I'm way too lazy to do that right now. Alexa, read my pigeon mail.
Oh my god, I thought it was straight. I'm gonna go good. Oh, actually, that's worth the 70k souls. That was 179k.
117. That was not worth. That was.
It was only 70k. That's
why is
double.
it
That's more than double. That's not my goal.
What is it?
That's a fucking shit. Another player.
How can you see the other Oh.
More help. Malakav, the nigga blade.
What?
Malakav the black blade, so aka Malakav the nigga blade. Why is there another one?
That's
Right here.
racist. That's so racist.
Why was that? No, oh yeah, I might as well.
Might as well.
Which
Stop!
I'm guessing this way is? I mean, I'm hoping that.
What
Oh, no, if I kill him, then the one over here.
Jesus.
If I kill him, then the one over here won't disappear. That's good.
You can't even teleport there, can you?
I can't.
Then do it.
I don't want to. I don't need to go there.
You would have killed the one there.
I don't need to go
For willpower, because I couldn't be that big. This is her own decision, though.
Determined not to let her size bring her down.
What you I am do as you know.
All of this?
there. I'm really looking.
Beautiful.
Your crypto investing app,
And your stock investing app.
they can become one.
One app to
What are
trade them
these?
all.
Join eToro
Oh,
and start
Nile
investing in
Drama.
cryptos, stocks, ETFs.
And thousands of other
Oh,
assets.
eToro. Start investing today.
Oh, it's on fire. Puerto Rico.
Take a look around. Don't worry. I'll continue spirit, which is why I need your his roots as he won't have his shackles of his high top.
Oh, you got someone quite like your guys. You know.
That was not a husband. I just said he's already married in this game.
I'm not ashamed of my body. I'm very confident. So I don't mind. It's my body. If I want to show the world,
Like, she's not sad.
That's what I choose to do. I'm famous for my hips and my butt. Yeah.
Why would she feel bad when she's trying to get the world's largest hips? That's her goal. That's her mission. Why would the commentator try to paint her as the victim
Good idea.
when she was
Let's
so happy
put
doing
on.
what she loved doing, which was getting the biggest hips in the world? Bobby decided that she's not gonna let her weight bring her down because Bobby. Which Bobby? Definitely not this Bobby, because I do enjoy what I do. I eat a lot, and I'm actually really happy about it. There must be another Bobby around here. She was just so upset that... upset. She had, like, large hair. I thought
Oh wait,
she
I
was...
should be able to go buy something now.
She was crying the other day, like... She was... And she looks to be really happy, but I'm pretty sure on the inside she is so sad. Right? So sad.
You burned the end of the round table. The round table holds served to put a tie to the urge from
Same
the
thing was
round.
chosen, I guess, because of, like,
I'll stay
my
at the I
hips.
must learn and see it.
I
It's
have
not
ultimate hips.
Oh, because of her hips? What was her
Nicola is
stage name?
twin.
Hippopotamus?
Princess
My fans come
But I'm married to Ron. What do you want about? And I don't know. Like,
Y'all are
She gets lots of attention from men.
I
She
don't
gets
know. Like,
lots and lots of attention. I'm with her a lot, so I know
60
she
hours
gets
ago?
lots of attention.
Do you guys think she gets lots of attention? I have this weird feeling that she might get a lot of attention. I don't know why. I just got this vibe. So when it comes to attention, she actually does get a lot of attention. Her middle name is actually Attention, and the last thing that she ate for breakfast was attention. She purposely had 9 kids, and each kid has a letter from the word attention because that's how much
don't
she
look at
loves
me
it.
like that. He does actually rape
Oh,
people.
did I mention that for her birthday, she doesn't want us to give her money. She just wants us to give her attention. So usually she just sits on the couch and we all just stare at her.
Who
like that.
actually rapes people?
Probably
Go over there.
like between 40 and 50.
He closed
Contact
on the
me. Hey, I want to marry you.
Even
We
men.
have a baby
Everyone.
together.
Keep them from,
Despite her supersized measurements,
keep them from,
Bobby Joe still has
coming
a
back
way to
alive.
go to steal the world record.
So she's gone?
Kel Ruffinelli.
I'm proud of my big butt and hips. Yes, I am. I'm not ashamed. I am who I am. Because my hips and my butt is what makes me.
So this was shot in 2016, and then
Oh.
a year later she comes back even more aggressive, and the title is "I Want the World's Biggest Hits even if it kills me. You know how she said, if a doctor tells me that I might die if I don't lose the weight, I would definitely lose the weight because I want to live. Right now, she doesn't give a fuck about that. She's like, oh, I might die? Bury me at Taco Bell.
Damn, that is a lot. Do some of this in enough now. To upgrade my balls. Do I fight the furry with balls here? Yeah. Do I fight a furry with my balls? Answer the question.
Did you?
I said, do I?
You can't furry with your
Yeah, should I?
Okay.
Okay. These balls going to plus 25.
Oh, bro.
If she doesn't do anything, she's just gonna end up dead. Just sad music in the background. Oh my god.
When I go down up the steps, I turn sideways. I can't sit in chairs with arms. The last time I went to a doctor.
Hold on. What exactly was she cooking there? A pot full of cream with a family-sized bag of Skittles. And did she say she was doing this because she was celebrating her hit?
Celebration, cake, sweet.
The same energy as Nikocado Avocado celebrating when he lost 1 pound. Literally just a pot full of sugar.
542.
What happened to? I thought she was eating healthy though.
What's that much?
Today, nutritionist Nadia Sharif.
You were sick. Close as hell. I'm gonna give more blood than this.
6 years ago.
Holy bumbleclad.
And I've gained more since then. Yeah, I've gained a lot. So I want you to be able to know that eating.
This shit weighs like double.
Bitch, she doesn't give a fuck about that. She's on OnlyFans, making money from her big booty. I hope you know that eating healthy is very important, right? Yeah, I understand.
Oh wait.
Chips, bitch. Give me the bag. Give me the fucking bag. Give me that bag. Give me that bag, you skinny bitch.
Bobby puts a lot of her weight gain down to having an underactive thyroid and insists it's not down to her diet or lifestyle.
When people look at me, they say, oh, she's big, she must eat a lot. No, she I don't eat a lot. It's medical.
Yeah,
I don't eat breakfast.
You eat half a bottle of ranch.
I'll pick here and there.
Nutrition as a week of her day was a big part of it. She doesn't eat enough, and when she does, it's unhealthy food. So thyroid
Maybe I give it to Bernard.
her nutrition and the way she eats is the bigger part.
Thank you. What do you mean you don't eat a lot?
My
She
bad.
pretended
Yo,
to eat
no
a healthy
problem,
dinner
bro.
with the salad and then she drops half a bottle of ranch.
Bro, what did you do, Raya?
Sugar and Skittles. Is that what you think is healthy? Fruity Skittles, fruit equals healthy, healthy equals no calories. Yeah,
Where's the
I
fire?
eat healthy.
We refused.
Where's the booze?
Oh, great and will I am the refusing Bernard. We refused.
Yeah, that ain't.
Bro, sell me shit.
At least I had some type of shape. You know.
Right. Right on! Right on! Oh, right on!
She can't even fit through.
Where's the fire?
No, fuck the furry right now. Fuck you up. Don't worry.
You can't even feel the door that you have to go
Up here.
I want to see proof of its bad shape.
She's so thick that it's gonna take a few more pounds where she can't even fit through the door sideways. How's she gonna fit through the door then? Is she gonna do a front flip or something? Wait, I realized
Send me to the rotisserie land.
the hips would still be stuck up here.
To the rotisserie
I
land.
really thought that if you do a front flip, the hips don't
To
get
the
stuck
fanboy
here.
tree.
But in reality, they get stuck up here though, because you still.
To the fanboy tree.
Goes to the door. That was stupid.
I understand that I'm putting myself at test by trying to get the biggest world's biggest record down. I want to, the something that means having the world's biggest test and I put it. That's what I want.
Oh my god. I wonder if she ever achieved.
Did she just shake her?
Like 6 years ago. Where is she now? Sorry, your search. Wait, what does that mean?
Did she just shake her?
Wait, why are they showing me Wait, what are these pictures? Is the girl the hit? Okay, I looked her up. Thank God the woman is still alive. Oh, then what the fuck was this? Was this Google Images predicting that the woman's gonna die? Bobby Joe Wesley has an army of fans and even gets paid to sit on